Hi everyone, welcome to MyMax Academy. In this session, we'll continue with the chapter matrices, which is chapter 3 from your 12th standard CBSE mathematics. Now I'm going to continue with exercise 3.4 in page number 97 of your textbook, problem number 16. We have to find the inverse of A using elementary operations. So in the previous video, I did problem number 15, which is to find an inverse of a which was to find an inverse of a 3 cross 3 matrix using elementary row operations. That's what I did in the previous video. In this video, we'll find the inverse of this matrix using elementary column operations. Right? So we'll find the inverse using elementary column operations. Now to find the inverse using column operations, the first step that we do is we will write A as A into I. We write the matrix A as A into I because A into I is A. So what is A matrix? So A matrix, if I substitute, this is 1, 3, minus 2, this is A matrix, minus 3, 0, minus 5, 2, 5, 0 equal to A. This I am not going to substitute the A again because this matrix is not going to get changed. So this A I am writing as it is. I am not substituting again this matrix here. I is 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. Now we have to apply series of column operations. We have to apply series of column operations. We can't mix it. We can't apply column operations in some step and row in some step. So once you start with the row, you have to throughout the problem you have to do row operations only for finding the inverse. If you have started with the column operations throughout the problem till you find the inverse, you have to use the column operations only. Now for the column operations, I'm going to explain you the steps that we are going to follow. So again, for column, if you are going to apply column operations, then the first step is S1. So here square means 1. This box means 1, circle means 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. Just in a notation, I'm just going to tell you what are all the steps that we are going to apply to slowly convert this into this matrix. So which element in this matrix should be converted to 1, which element should be converted to 0, what is the sequence of steps. So first is we have to convert this element as 1. The box, that's why I put box to denote that it is 1. That's step 1, S1. Which means you have to make this element as 1. That is the first step, which is already 1 actually in this case. The second step is the remaining element of that row should become 0. So you should make this S2. That will be the second step to make this 0. And this element, that is your step 3, and you have to make that 0. The circle means 0. Right? The first step is to make this as 1. After making this as 1, the remaining element in that row, when you apply the column operation, the remaining element in that row should become 0. So this should be your second step is to make this element 0. Third step is to make this element 0. Which means you have to make this element 0, this element 0. This is your first step to make this 1. Then second is to make this 0. Third is to make this 0. Then the fourth one is to make this particular element as 1. This is your fourth step. Then fifth step is you have to make the remaining element in that row. Which means this will be S5. Step 5, step 6. You can interchange them also. You can put here also S5 and S6, but I'm just following the normal, the sequence of the matrix. So now, so this will make it as 0, this will make it as 0 after making this as 1. So this is your fourth step to make this 1, then this 0, this 0. Then the next one is seventh step, this is sixth step. Seventh step is you have to make this as 1, that is S7, seventh step. Then you have to make this as 0, that is your eighth step, S8. S9. S9 means step 9. To make this as 0. So this is the order in which we will do when we are applying the column operations. Fine. So the first element is what? This box. That is the first step. First step is box, which means I should make this element as 1. Which means I should make this element as 1, which is already 1. This element is already 1. So we don't have to do step 1 because it is already given in the question itself or done in the question. Now step 2 and step 3 we have to do, which means these two, step 2, step 3. I have to make these two elements 0 using this. See, the step 2 and step 3 can be done in the same step. So I'm going to make this as 0 using this. I'm going to make this as 0 using this. So which means this is my column 2. I want to make this 0 using this 1. So I will say C2 implies C2, which is 3, minus 3 times C1. 3 times C1. That will make this 0. So if I put 3 minus 3 into 1, this will become 0. Similarly, if I want to make this as 0, which is my C3, I will say C3 implies C3, which is minus 2, plus 2 into 1. 2 into 1 will give me plus 2. This is minus 2, but that will become 0. So these are the two steps that we are going to apply. So we are going to apply the step 2 and step 3 together in the same step. Right? So this will take care of step 2, this will take care of step 3. Both we are applying in the same step. That can be done. Or if you are confused, you do this first and change column 2, C2 alone. Then in the next step, you apply this on the resultant matrix. Both will be fine. So if I apply this, what do we get? We get C1 no change. So 1 minus 3, 2. I'm writing as it is. My C2 and C3 are changing. Here also A I will write as it is. No change to my C1. C2 and C3 are going to change. C2 and C3 are going to. No, C2 is C2 minus 3 times C1. So 3 minus 3 times 1 is 0. Now 0 minus 3 times minus 3 will give me 9. It's 0 minus 3 times 3. Minus 3 into C1 is 3. Now 5 minus 3 times 2. 5, which is C2. C2 minus 3 times C1. C1 is 2. So 5 minus 3 times 2 is minus 6. 5 minus 6 is minus 1. Then again here, we can apply the same here also. We'll do the column 2 here also. So column 2 is C2 minus 3 times C1. C2 is 0 minus 3 times 1 will give me minus 3. 1 minus 0 times will give me 1. 0 minus 0 is 0. Now let's go to C3. C3 is this one. So C3 minus 2 plus 2 times C1 is 0. Then minus 5 plus 2 times C1 is minus 3. Minus 5 plus 2 times minus 3 is minus 11. Then 0 plus 2 times C1 is 4. Then similarly apply here. You will get C3 is C3 plus 2 times. So 0 plus 2 times 1 is 1. 0 plus 2 times 0 is 0. 1 plus 2 times 0 is 1. So this is 2, right? Sorry, this is 2. 0 plus 2 times 1 is 2. 0 plus 0 times, 0 plus 2 times 0 is 0. 1 plus 2 times 0 is 1. And here 1 plus 0 plus 2 times 1 is 2. Fine. Okay, now we'll proceed. So we have done this two. S2, S3. Now next, the fourth step is to make this as 1. Which means I have to make this as 1. I have to make this as 1 using this. Or we can directly divide by, or we can use C2 alone. We have to make this as 1 using either C3 or C2. We can make this as this element. That is my step 4. This should become 1 by using C2 or C3. I can't use C1 to make this as 1. Don't use C1 to make C2 as 1. Right? So either you have to use the current C2 column or the next column C3 to make this as 1. So easy way to make this as 1 is I'll divide throughout by 9. So each element of C2 is C2 by 9. Now if I do that, then 1 minus 3, 2. So this we will do it in only one step only, which we are taking it as 1. Don't try to do all the 3 in one step. That is not possible. So do first this, and then these two can be together done. When you are making the other elements as 0, we can together do it. Like how I did these two steps together. But when you are trying to make something as 1, do it in the only one step. Right? So if I divide by 9, so 0 by 9 is 0, 9 by 9 is 1. Then minus 1 by 9 is minus 1 by 9. Then no change to my C3. equal to A into 1 0 0. I have to divide each element by 9. So minus 3 by 9 is minus 1 by 3. This is 1 by 9. 0 by 9 is 0. 2 0 1. Fine. So this is your next step. Then so this is done. S4 is done. Now we have to make this element as 0. S5. Step 5 is we have to make this element as 0. We have to make this element as 0. And step 6 is we have to make this element as 0. But we can apply we can try to make both of them as 0. This element and this element in the same step. Right? By applying two operations at the same time. So how do I make this as 0 using 1? I will say C3, C1. This is in the C1. So C1 is C1 plus 3 times C2. And to make this as 0, which is C3, I will say C3 implies C3, which is minus 11, plus 11 times 1. And this is in C2. So I will say C3 implies C3 plus 11 times C2. So I will apply this. C1 implies C2 plus, C1 implies C1 plus. C1 implies C1 plus minus 3 plus 3 times C2. And another operation C3 implies C3 implies C3 is minus 11 plus 11 times C2. 11 minus 11 plus 11 times 1 will make this 11 as 0, minus 11 as 0. So if you apply this, what do we get? So I will write the chain. We'll have to be careful when you're doing it, right? C1. So C1 we are going to apply this. So C1 is 1 minus 3 times 0 will give you 1. 1 minus 3 times 0 will give me 1. Then minus 3 plus 3 times 1 will give me 0. And 2 plus 3 times minus 1 by 9. That will give me 2 minus 1 by 3. And 2 minus 1 by 3 will give me 5 by 3. Clear? Then C2 no change. I will write C2 as it is. 0, 1 minus 1 by 9. Then we have to focus on this one. Then we'll apply C3 on this. C3 is 0 plus 11 times 0 is 0. Then minus 11 plus 11 times 1 is 0. Then 4 plus 11 times minus 1 by 9. So what that will become? That is 4 plus 11 times 11 into minus 1 by 9. That will become 36 minus 11 is 25 by 9. You will get 25 by 9. Clear? So that is equal to, now A we should write as it is, this A, I'll write it here as it is, A into C1, we have to change the C1. So C1 is what? C1 equal to C1 plus 3 times C2. So 1 plus 3 times minus 1 by 3 will make this as 0. Right? Then the next one is this one. 0 plus 3 times 1 by 9 will give me 1 by 3. Now 0 plus 0, 3 times 0 is 0. Then I will write the C2 as it is, minus 1 by 3, 1 by 9, because column 2 is not getting changed. So I have written this as it is. Now column 3 is getting changed. Column 3 is this. This is what? C3 plus 11 times C2. So 2 plus 11 times minus 1 by 3. That will be 2 plus 11 times minus 1 by 3 will give me 6 minus 11 is minus 5 by 3. You get minus 5 by 3. Then next one is again C3 is C3 plus 11 times. 0 plus 11 times 1 by 9 will give me 11 by 9. Then 1 plus 0 times 11. 1 plus 0 times 11 is 1. Fine. So what we have done, we have made these two 0. S5 and S6 are done on the same step. If you are confused, if it is very difficult, then do this step, this operation alone as one step. Then after that, you do this operation as another step. So do S5 separately and S6 separately. Which means to make this 0, do it separately in one step. After that, you make this 0 in the next step. So you will have extra step. I'm just trying to do both together to avoid the step because of my limitations on the board. Right? My board will exceed, and I want to make sure that I do all the problem, the entire problem in the same board. Otherwise, I may have to erase. After I do that, if I run out of the board, then I have to erase these, and then that may be confusing, and it may be a little difficult for you to take the notes completely. So that's why I'm trying to fit the entire problem in the single board itself. So that's why I'm clubbing my steps. Even in the exam, you can do it, but the only thing is you should not get confused. Fine. So now this is done. Now next step is S7. We have to make this one as 1. This column 3. You have to make this as 1 using column 3 only. We can't go back to the column 2 and column 1 to make column 3 as this element as 1. That we cannot do. That we shouldn't do. So how do we do this? So we can make this as 1 by saying C3 implies reciprocal of this 9 by 25 times C3. Right? So 9 by 25 into 25 by 9. C3 is 25 by 9. That will become 1. So every element of C3 I am going to multiply by 9 by 25. So I will write my first two rows, columns I should write. I will write the first two columns as it is 5 by 3. This is minus 1 by 9. So C1 and C2, C3 is every element should be multiplied by 9 by 25. So 9 by 25 into 0 is 0. 9 by 25 into 0, 0. 9 by 25 into 25 by 9 will give me 1 equal to A into, again I will write my first column no change, second column no change, third column is getting changed. My third column is getting changed. So how is it getting changed? So again what we should do, we should multiply this by 9 by 25 into minus 5 by 3. So that will give me minus 25 and 5 will go 5, 3 will go, I will get 3 by 5. Then again 9 by 25 into 11 by 9. 9 will get cancelled, I will get 11 by 25. Then 1 into 9 by 25, I will get 9 by 25. Clear? Fine. So this is what we have at this point in time. Right? 0, 0. Write it properly. Okay? Now the next step is we have to make these two zeros using this, which means we have to make these two zeros. We have to make these two zeros using this one. This is S8, this is S9. Step 8, step 9. Step 8, step 9. So we can try to do again together, same step. Right? So what we can write it as I want to make this as 0 using this. So which means my C1, this is in C1, implies C1 minus 5 by 3 times C3. Right? 5 by 3 times C3. I'll try to erase this. Okay. So I will write C1 implies C1 plus 5 by 3 of C3. 5 by 3 of C3. So if I do that, again I want to make this as 0. So minus 1 by 9, how will I make it as 0? That is in C2. Column 2. So column 2 is column 2 implies column 2, which is minus 1 by 9 plus 1 by 9 times 1. This is in C3. 1 by 9 of C3. So if you apply this operation, then this element will become 0. So if you do this, so C1 and C2 are getting changed, we'll change that. So C1 plus 5 by 3 of C3. Now 1 plus 5 by 3 of 0 is 1. Now 0 plus 5 by 3 of 0. This is C1, this is C3. C1 is 0, C3 is 0. So 0 plus 5 by 3 of 0 is 0. Now 5 by 3, this is 5 by 3. Oh, I have to put minus. We cannot plus, we have to put minus here. Right? So 1 minus 5 by 3 0 is 1. 0 minus 5 by 3 0 0. 5 by 3 minus 5 by 3 into 1. 5 by 3 which is C1 minus 5 by 3 into C3. C3 is 1. C3 is 1. C1 is 5 by 3 minus 5 by 3 is 0. Now column 2 is again going to change. So C2 plus 1 by 9 of C3. So 0 plus 1 by 9 of 0 is 0. And 1 plus 1 by 9 of 0 is 1. 1 by 9 plus 1 by 9 into 1 is 0. There is no change to my column 3. Now we have to apply the same operations on this one. Right? So there is no change to the column 3. Right? So I will write this column 3 as it is, which is minus 3 by 5, 11 by 25, 9 by 25. This I am writing as it is. Now C1 and C2 we have to apply this operation and write C1 and C2. Fine. So what is our C1 now? So C1 is 0 minus 5 by 3 into 3 by 5. Right? So C1 is 0 minus 5 by 3 times 3 by 5. So that will become 1 plus 1. So 0 plus 1 will give you 1. 0 plus 1 will give you 1. Right? Next, 1 by 3 minus 5 by 3 of 11 by 25. So how do we do that? So that is 1 by 3, that is my C1, minus 5 by 3 of C3. C3 is, I am doing for this element, which means 11 by 25. So 5 by 3 of 11 by 25. Right? That is this C1, 1 by 3 minus 5 by 3 into C3. C3 is 11. So if you do this cancel, if you get 5, then you get 1 by 3 minus 11 by 15. If I take the LCM is 15. So 5 times 3 5s are 15. So 5 minus 11, which gives me minus 6 by 15. This is minus 2 by 3. So this will become minus 2 by, 5. It's 2 by 5. Cancelling by 3. Fine. Then the next one, 0 minus 5 by 3 or 5 by 3 into 9 by 25. So 9 and 3 will get cancelled. 3 and 5 will get cancelled. You'll get minus 3 by 5. Clear? Then we are in the last step. We are going to change C2. C2 is C2 minus 1 by 9 times this. So that is 1 by minus 1 by 3. C2 plus 1 by 9, 1 by 9. C3 is minus 3 by 5, minus 3 by 5. If you do this again, you have 3 and this 3 will get cancelled. You get 3. Then you can get minus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 15. So again your 15 is LCM. You get minus 5 minus 1, which is minus 6 by 15. You get minus 2 by 5. You get minus 2 by 5. So this will become minus 2 by 5. Clear? Then next one is C2, 1 by 9 plus 1 by 9 of 11 by 25. 1 by 9 plus 1 by 9. So 1 by 9 plus 1 by 9 of 11 by 25. So if I take 1 by 9 common, I'll get 1 plus 11 by 25. So I'll get 1 by 9 into 36 by 25. So if I cancel, I'll get 4. I'll get 4 by 25. Fine. Then the last one is 0 plus 1 by 9 into 9 by 25 will give me 1 by 25. Will give me 1 by 25. Fine. So what we have done? we have applied both in the same step. We have applied both the operations. We have applied both S8 and S9 in the same step, and now we have to stop because we got the identity matrix here. So this matrix is the inverse of A because we got the identity matrix. So the inverse of A, the given matrix A, which is same as this A, is this matrix. This A will keep coming, A into this, A into this, A into this. This A will never change. Whenever you apply any column operations, as per the matrix equation, if you are applying the column operations here for this matrix, when you have two matrices, you have to apply to the second matrix only. That was the concept that I had taught you in one of my previous videos, where we started with the elementary transformation or elementary row and operations to find the inverse of the matrix. In that section, I had explained that. You can watch my video, right? So now what we have got, this is your inverse. So I will write this. So you can do this rough work and don't try to do everything in your mind. Try to do this rough work and then calculate the values. Fine. So finally we will say our A inverse, which we have got, is what? 1 minus 2 by 5 minus 3 by 5. Then minus 2 by 5, 4 by 5. Sorry, 4 by 25, 1 by 25, which is this, minus 2 by 5, minus 2 by 5, minus 2 by 5, 4 by 25, 1 by 25, then minus 3 by 5, 11 by 25, 9 by 25, which is this. So this is your A inverse, this matrix. When you get the inverse here, that time what is this matrix? That is your inverse of A. So this is how we find the inverse of a matrix using elementary column operations. So you can pause the video and take the notes. Fine. So this is how we try to find the inverse of a matrix using elementary column operation. So when you multiply A with this, you will get the identity matrix. If you do this multiplied with this, you will get identity matrix, which is this. Fine. So the next problem you can try as homework. The 17th problem you can do it yourself or homework. The same way you can either apply your elementary row or column operations and find the inverse of the problem number 17. Now I will do the problem number 18, which is an MCQ, multiple choice question. So say 18 is A and B, matrices A and B will be inverse of each other only if, so we call A and B will be inverse of each other only if AB is equal to BA is equal to I. Only if AB is equal to BA is equal to I, we call A is the inverse of B and B is the inverse of A. So both will be inverse of each other only if AB is equal to BA is equal to I. So the option here is option D is the right answer. So option D, which is AB equal to BA equal to the I is the identity matrix, or it is also called as unit matrix. Fine. So this is how we do this, and this is how we find the inverse. So here the problem 16 ends here, and 17 you can do it in a similar way, like how I did the problem 16, or you can watch my previous video for knowing how I did problem number 15. So this is also finding the inverse of a 3x3 matrix using either elementary row or column operations. And 18th is the inverse, which is option D is the answer. This is based on the definition of the inverse. Fine. So you all can pause the video and take the notes. And I will stop here. This completes our exercise 3.4. You can watch my next video for the continuation of this chapter, where I have done the miscellaneous examples and followed by miscellaneous exercise. So thank you for watching. See you all in my next video. Thank you.